So hello and welcome to 5 at 5. Now it's time for Colombo second test SSC. We are sitting here, we are watching the groundsmen doing their work around the pitch, and the pitch will be one of the bigger talking points after what Gary Kirsten said in the post-match press conference in Gaul. And of course, there's a lot of chatter going around Kuldeep Yadav. So mainly we'll discuss about whether Kuldeep was used properly or not. I was listening to Ravichandran Ashwin on his YouTube channel, and he said Kuldeep is such kind of a bowler that you need to give him the ball when it is hard. In Sri Lankan conditions, it is the Kookaburra ball does not stay hard for long enough, and before the 30 over mark, Kuldeep needs to brought into the attack. Whether Kuldeep is Shubman Gill's primary spin option is also what he was talking about. So let's try and decode what's going wrong with Kuldeep Yadav, whether he was under bowled or whether he bowled poorly. Because there's some polarizing opinions regarding Kuldeep Yadav. But what we can see right now from the SSC, and we'll give you a proper report around that also. But a lot of watering is being done right now on the match day pitch, and let's see how it pans out. We'll get to know more better tomorrow, day after tomorrow, when both the team trains here at the SSC stadium. I'll start with Shamikda. Shamikda, what are your thoughts about Ashwin's comment of Kuldeep not being bowled properly or being under bowled or not utilized in the best pace possible when the ball is hard enough?
Well, to start with, it was pretty evident. It was pretty evident. I didn't see or rather watch his channel, but
Hmm.
it was pretty evident. Those of us who covered the match, yes, he was underboard 14 overs in the first innings and 11 in the second.
Hmm.
Yes, he was a really expensive in the first over, first innings, sorry, an economic rate of not the 4 years. But the fact of the matter is that the first test it was two different games. One with the harder ball and one with the softer ball.
Hmm.
When the ball became soft, even Shubman Gill India used Manav Sitar as their number one spinner in
Right.
that particular game. I'm not saying that Manav Sitar has energy to be as number one spinner, but in the conditions he was used as number one spinner with Sitar. And again, he struggled. He was struggling. So with the softer ball, think he was less underboard, and maybe just maybe, he was not given the right end.
And of course, Devashishna, your thoughts about Kuldeep Yadav and the way he was bowled. Your thoughts on what Ashwin said about Kuldeep not being given the ball when it's perhaps his best chance to pick up wickets or do the damage with the ball.
Yeah, I don't want to be judgmental about it,
Hmm.
given that when you play three spinners,
Hmm.
one of them will be under.
Yes.
That goes without saying.
Ashwin was actually saying that when he and Jadeja were there, Kuldeep was the third spinner. And now, when new crop of bowler Manav Sitar has come in, Ravindra Jadeja is still there. Kuldeep is still your third choice spinner. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, maybe that is where it is completely team management. What
Hmm.
Shubman Gill and Gautam Gambhir feel about how to use their three spinners.
Hmm.
Maybe they are not confident enough of throwing the ball to Kuldeep as the first change or second change. Maybe that might be one of the reasons.
But there's no doubt he was struggling for rhythm. He was struggling to get that spot, which we say the tappa. He was struggling to find that consistently.
maybe ideally, if you ask me, he could have been used from the 410,
Huh.
where there was a patch and around the batsman's footmark. So, but I think the team management needs to have a word with Kuldeep.
Hmm.
Over the next 2 days, the Indian team will come for training from 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Yesterday also he was out with Jadeja.
Yes. So I think, but more than Jadeja, I think the conversation should.
That mic is not working. Acha, wait, I'll check.
Hello.
Now see.
Is it okay now? Is it okay, Prakash? We are having a slight audio problem. Bear with us. We are sorting out the
Now it's
problem.
fine.
Now it's fine. So, Shubhain, as I was telling you that obviously he clearly the team management is not confident with Kuldeep at this test stage. If you look back at the first test,
Hmm.
it was more of that Manav Shrutar also opened the bowling. If
Yes.
you look back,
Yes.
the second innings he was
Even in
thrown the
even
ball.
in New Chandigarh against Afghanistan, it was Manav in the second innings who opened the bowling with the new ball.
So clearly there is a lack of confidence.
Hmm.
There is a lack of confidence. It happens with each and every captain, Shomikda. Means every captain has a notion that to go it so and so bowler. Means I'm not blaming Shubman Gill or a Gautam Gambhir, but clearly the team management is more comfortable using Manav Sutar and Javinder Jadeja ahead of Kuldeep.
And Vaibhav, there was this debate also. There was this debate also that uh, at one point when Sri Lankan batters started to stitch that partnership, uh, people said or fans were saying that why even go to Kuldeep Yadav who was struggling for rhythm in the first innings, and go with your best spinner possible, Manav Sutar, Jadeja, to get those wickets as early as possible. So now there's a debate. There are people throwing opinions that is international cricket the best place to give a player the time to need confidence, time to grow that, build that confidence? Is that the best place? That should be domestic cricket, net practice games, where these players build their confidence. International cricket should not be a place where where Shubman Gill just throws the ball to a one bowler and say, "I'll give you an 8 over spell just to bowl, just to build your rhythm and momentum." That is also a debate going on. But your thoughts on Kuldeep?
See, when Indian team first trained at the NCC, which is just besides this SSC ground, then Sairaj Batule, after that 3 day practice game, said that Kuldeep bowled the most number of overs in the first innings of the
Yes.
3 day practice game. And at that time, he said that team management is quite happy with the way Kuldeep has gone about his business in that particular game. But if you look at the match, the first test, I think Ashwin made a very pertinent point about things getting difficult for a spinner with the old Kookaburra
Yes.
ball. Just look at the way Sri Lanka operated with the second new ball. Sri Lanka handed the new ball straight to Kesharan Ovanta,
Yes.
who got the wicket of Rishabh Pant in his first over.
Yes.
So with the hard new Kookaburra ball, it was easy for the spinners to make an impact.
Right.
But when Kuldeep was getting introduced into the bowling attack,
Hmm.
then it was the ball was already very soft. It was tough to spin the ball. Even we saw Manav Sutar in the last day, first session,
Hmm.
he was unable to turn the ball.
Right.
For some reason, he was unable to turn the on a fifth day wicket first session.
Hmm.
So now it comes down to how tactically how you are using Kuldeep Yadav, because it is very evident what we have seen in Gaul, that old Kookaburra ball even for spinners will struggle. So that's where all the spinners, not just Kuldeep Yadav, maximum spinners will struggle. It's just Manav Sutar put more revs on the ball.
Yes.
Finger spinners in Test cricket, this is the trend. We rarely you will see a wrist spinner nowadays playing for top Test playing nation. So it's not there. So, but why Kuldeep is playing? Because Kuldeep is quality. But for that, I have time and time saying the same thing, that for Kuldeep to get wickets, you need to make him bowl more overs. He takes a bit of time than other bowlers to find his rhythm. But if he gets a wicket in his first spell, then he becomes a completely different bowler. Then the confidence is up, that the tail is up. So I think with Kuldeep, it's about confidence, it's about giving him more overs. I think Shubman could have done that in the last innings, given that India were in a good position to win that game. So you could have trusted more on Kuldeep's ability, could have given more overs under his belt, but that didn't happen. And I was surprised by that. And even the field positions, you are having 3-4 fielders on the boundary line when the game is already sealed. Means Sri Lanka are 4 wicket down, and Kuldeep Yadav is bowling. There is no need for 4 fielders to be on the boundary line. You are not saving the match. You should have been more attacking as a captain. But again, as everybody has said, that when you have options, then it comes down to one bowler. As Devashish also said, one bowler will be undoubted. Well, in this case, it was Kuldeep Yadav. Now it remains to be seen whether the team management backs Kuldeep or they drop him. If he gets dropped, then again it will dent his confidence for sure.
Shamikta, any chances of Kuldeep getting dropped in this second test?
The very idea is preposterous, Shubhan. I mean, look, last year, the debate stems from the fact that last year in England, over 5 tests, Kuldeep was not given a game. Now it is clear, and it was, if you look at the trend set of this Indian team, and not, this is not restricted to Gautam Gambhir and Shubman Gill. Earlier also, I mean, just one spinner was used. Even Ravichandran Ashwin had to sit out many times, and especially unless, I mean, if you are not boasting an Anil Kumble, very unlikely. It is very unlikely that you will be playing a wrist spinner, because outside Asia, what happens? Your wicket taking options are your fast bowlers, and then you are using a finger spinner for containment. And there, unless, once again, if you are not having an Anil Kumble, you are not playing a wrist spinner. After coming from England, Kuldeep has featured in every test match. In 6 test matches, he has taken 24 wickets, including a 5 4. So at home. So from that point of view, I think, I mean, we are talking a little too. I mean, things are being getting blown out of proportions after just one test. In fact, I mean,
It's just not only one test, Shamik. The Afghanistan was there. His white ball numbers have also dipped. His test
yeah, but
numbers
then
have
again,
also
he
dipped
took
in the
three wickets
past.
in the second innings. He took 3 wickets in that second innings in against Afghanistan also. Yeah, see, I think it is restricted to just one test. In the sense, I don't see any sinister ploy from the coach and the captain
Right.
in terms of not giving Kuldeep Yadav, or no, I mean, underbowling Kuldeep Yadav. It is very likely the fact, and it is not, it cannot be the coach's decision. Out there in the field, it's captain's call. And given the conditions, Shubman Gill must have felt that Manav Shutar is our number one option. So
Gave you returns with 10 wickets in the match.
absolutely, and if he had felt that, that has been vindicated. Manav Shutar returned with, as you said, 10 wicket match haul. So I don't think it is. I was talking to Narendra Hirwani, former India leg spinner, and I wrote a copy on that. And I think what Narendra Hirwani said is very apt, given that no technical problem. I mean, if there is any technical problem, Kuldeep has played enough cricket to, look into that. He doesn't need an outsider's suggestions as regards. It is basically about confidence, and it's the job of the coach and the captain to give him confidence if he is low on confidence. But then again, Shubhan, if he was seriously down, he wouldn't have had that kind of light-hearted conversation with Agarkar before 2 days before the start. He had a banter with you over Rodri. Yeah, I mean, he was talking with me over football. So with other reporters also. So if he was seriously down, he wouldn't have that kind of light-hearted moments, I guess.
Very true, very true. But Devash, is the same question, Saransh, and people are floating this theory, considering how well the Sri Lankan southpaws, their lefties, have batted in the first test. Just for favorable matchups, people are saying why not Saransh in place of Kuldeep Yadav?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Why just if you are if you have picked him,
Hmm.
give it a go, because Washington Sundar, if he is fit in, if he gets
Had
fit,
he,
then
had
he
he, had he,
automatically
had he been fit,
Sarang
Kuldeep,
then wouldn't have been
no,
in
no,
the squad.
Kuldeep's place in the 11
Kuldeep,
would
yeah,
would
exactly.
have been
Then
in
why
tough.
not give a chance to Sarang Sen? Now that he is with the team, he has done well in the practice game. Yes, he did not get much opportunity to bowl compared to the other two, but it's what taking that gamble. It's what taking that, because with a lot is at stake, because you need to win the second test match as well as seal the series, so as to be in a favorable situation going ahead with the contention of WTC final. So if the captain feels confident and the coach and the captain feel confidence of with Sarangsen, so be it. Means it is the winning a test match is paramount
Right,
rather than playing so an X and Y players.
right.
Um, I have a slightly different opinion, Shubhan. Hypothetically, if Washington Sundar was fit for this series and he was available for the first test, I think he would have played in place of Dhruv Jurel
Wow.
at number 6, because he is a batsman. Washington Sundar is a proper batsman who has batted at number
But
3.
but considering how our Indian batters, specialist batters, have fared against spin bowling, I
Yes.
have my doubts that they
No,
would
that
have
is yeah.
taken a specialist batter out of the 11 in place of an
But
all-rounder.
but then again, Washington Sundar is a specialist batter who has batted at number 3. I mean, I know where,
He has
where you
batted
are.
at number 3, has scored a 155
Exactly.
for Tamil Nadu in
Exactly, and
number
maybe
3.
he is a better batsman than Dhruv Jurel. But I know I can get your point, and you have a very fair point. But this is absolutely my personal opinion. I think they wouldn't have dropped Kuldeep. And I don't see him. I don't see the team management dropping Kuldeep at SSC.
At
I,
SSC is a different.
I am slightly differing with
uh,
Kuldeep, means with Shumikda. With this team management, they are not, means, on the same page when it comes to other spinners in the side. Means I don't know what exactly the reason is.
in my
Means
opinion, had
Will
Washi been fit,
Kuldeep would
Kuldeep,
easily win in one of
Kuldeep,
the test matches in England.
yes, yes,
That was not the
easy,
case.
yes. I feel if Washi was fit, Kuldeep, I don't think he would have found a place in the 11. But Vaibhav, your opinion around Saransh Jain, the lefties are doing well for Sri Lanka. Favorable matchup. Would you give it to Saransh, or would you say no, one more game to Kuldeep and let's see from there?
See, I would still say one more game for Kuldeep, because now, see, one thing is, if the selectors think he's not ready, he's not bowling well, and then if players are not doing well, then you throw them in domestic cricket, ask them to play domestic cricket. But if you are playing Kuldeep continuously, you're picking him in every test squad, then you should play him. There was a time when Ravi Shastri said that Kuldeep Yadav will be our first choice spinner whenever we'll travel away from home, and now to this point when Kuldeep Yadav is your third choice spinner. So I don't know where things are going wrong. It's only about getting more overs under his belt. Then only he will get his rhythm. See, for bowler,
Where will he get more overs? He bowled at the NCC warm up match as well. He's bowling at the nets as well. It's not the match where international match where you would just throw the ball for the sake of it, just to build someone's momentum out there. Is just my point.
see, when he bowled at the 3 day practice game, he bowled 18 overs in the first innings. And that's when we saw the best. That's when he was turning the ball more, because their Kookaburra ball, when he was brought in as a second change bowler, then it was relatively hard, relatively new, and that's why he was able to turn the ball. But if you're throwing the ball after 40-45 overs, the ball is getting softer. And Ashwin made the same point that with the old Kookaburra ball, it's tough for the spinners to take wickets. So when Ashwin is making that point, it is very clear that old ball is not easy. Old Kookaburra ball in these
But
conditions were
someone
not
will
easy.
have to bowl with the old ball. It can't be that Jadeja, Manav Sutar, or Kuldeep Yadav all are bowling with the new ball. It's not possible.
Obviously, but there comes the point that Ravindra Jadeja is taking wickets. Manav Sutar is doing really well. Then who is low on
And they are doing it
confidence?
with both old and new ball. If you look
Who
at
is
Manav Sutar's last set of wickets, it all came with the oldest possible ball after the 70 over mark.
because he's high on confidence, because he's bowling well, because he's taking wickets. If you look at his first game as well, his debut game, then also he picked wickets. But who is low on confidence? And Kuldeep has always been that bowler who is a confidence bowler. If you give him confidence, if he's confident enough in his skills, then he will take wickets. And that is the point that Shubman Gill should have bowled Kuldeep more in the fourth innings, when the match was already in India's grip. That's when you have to utilize Kuldeep more, give him more overs, because you know that eventually you will win the game. But it was about, giving more confidence to the player who is short on confidence, and that can only happen when you will throw the ball to him and you will ask him to bowl more overs.
Okay. Any more thoughts on Kuldeep Yadav before we move to the SSC and
Uh,
the pitch?
Shubman, I think Shubman Gill used Manav Shutar as his primary spinner in the first test because of the extra bounce he extracted. Also, it's not only about Manav Sutar was turning the ball; he has that ability to turn the ball. And since Maninder Singh, I haven't seen a left-arm spinner to turning the ball so much. But the way he was extracting that extra bounce, also, I think that prompted. See, at the end of the day, Manav Sutar is just two tests old. It is not that a captain will develop a special affinity for a player who is just two tests old. Given the conditions, he was bowling well, and Shubman Gill thought he is. And also, I'll not say Shubman Gill was unfair, not in terms of under bowling him. Like Devash said, when you are playing 3 minutes, one player would be under bowled, and given the conditions, Manav Sutar was given the most number of overs. But the way I like the way in the second innings, maybe Shubman was a little late in bringing on Kuldeep, especially on day 5. But when he brought him on, the way he protected him, I like that. First, he gave him protection at the boundary, just to allow him to settle into a rhythm. Because what happens, Kuldeep, if he is really low on confidence, and if you would have considered a few boundaries upfront, then your third spin bowling option is gone. So Shubman gave him protection to start with, and after a couple of overs, he brought on close-in fielders. So it was good captaincy, I would say.
Okay, okay. That's a debate that will, I think, continue till the second test match starts. What's the best position for Kuldeep to bowl?
No,
Bowl.
but the thing is that you have 370 for 372 on board.
Hmm.
You have the luxury of always having an attacking field play,
Yes.
field settings.
No,
Means,
my point is, if you firstly the confidence point, if you're using a test match to build someone's
means
confidence, then
I
I
think
feel there's a
if you
problem.
go back to one of our discussions, Somikda rightly said
Hmm.
that that is where Shubman Gill needs to improve. Means there will be phases in a test match where you won't get wickets. When that partnership was going on between Niroshan Dikwela and Sonal Dinusha,
Hmm.
means he could have tried something different, but that wasn't the case. Means yes, people might argue that it was that ball was softer. Weren't any
But
vicious turn.
that was just one session, isn't it? The Niroshan Dekwala
Yes,
and
but Sumita, my point is when you have 372 means when you give attacking field to other bowlers, why not Kuldeep? Why not straight away be setting an attacking field play? So
No,
that is
if Kuldeep needs confidence, if Kuldeep needs protection in the boundary rope with so many riders, I don't think a bowler or a player in
no, no.
international cricket can have the leeway of having so many riders
Yes,
together.
Shubhan, you're right, but it has happened. I have seen. I mean, especially Ricky Ponting. Ricky Ponting used that way Stuart McGill. See, Stuart McGill was a fantastic bowler. Obviously, he was no Shane Warne, and Shane Warne is once in a lifetime bowler. But when Shane Warne was not available, Stuart McGill played. So Ricky Ponting always used that in and out field to start with when Stuart McGill bowled, and it is kind of maybe that bowler himself is a bit more comfortable with that kind of in and out field. So it is an as you rightly said that this debate will continue, but I think we shouldn't come to a conclusion based on just one test match.
Yes, of course, and we all hope that Kuldeep Yadav finds his best rhythm and wins this second test here at the SSC. And coming to the stadium, Devashish, what have you witnessed so far since coming in here? Lots of watering happening. This is again once again
once
expected to be a flatter
one
kind of a
yes,
pitch.
yes, yes. I was trying to say I am totally agree with you. Looks like a brownish wicket, but for a change, we haven't seen the head coach or the batting coach or the spin bowling
Have they
coach.
reached?
100% they have reached. They have reached, but and normally this has been it's a normal thing for them to visit because they are not staying far away from SSC. They are staying at Cinnamon Live. So maybe we can see some lengthy period, lengthy time. The head coach and the other supporters will be in the ground stuff.
Anyway, they will come here tomorrow morning, so they might just relax in their hotel and
That
just walk around.
I
It's a beautiful area to live in, where the Indian team is staying right now.
yeah they can actually have a stroll means coming to SSC and
How
have a
far is it?
not even 10 to 15
Oh,
minutes.
then
10 to
that's
15 minutes.
10 to 15
they
minutes
used to
walk
jog.
basically.
They used to jog three times from Perth Stadium to their hotel, Optus Stadium to their hotel. But Vaibhav, again coming to SSC, what are you expecting from both the teams? Sri Lanka, of course, they are having some injury concerns. Chandimal is out. Nisanka is doubtful. Is I
Is
don't think
also
he will
out.
be.
Yeah.
He's also out. So your thoughts on the Sri Lankan team? Any changes you are expecting? What do you expect them to do against India?
I think depends on the squad that they announce. They only announce the squad for the first test. Now the second squad test, what they will announce, because see, three of their top batters are gone. Pathum Nisanga, Kushal Mendes, and the most experience in Dinesh Chandimal, that is gone. Now, what options you have and what kind of pitch you are going to prepare? Because as Gary Custon said, these are our conditions.
Yes.
We can make the pitch however we want, but if you are just in case, if you are planning to make it a turner, then how your batters will survive against the
I don't think if they had planned to make it a turner, then this much watering.
No,
Ah.
absolutely.
no, but yeah, see, we don't know the nature of the wicket, but if they are going to a plan for a turner or what, then it's going to backfire definitely, because you don't have three of your best batters. And then if you look at the batting quality, there is so much of inexperience, there is no stability. A lot of players will be playing international cricket for the first time. Even Sonal Dinusha, who was Sri Lanka's standout player, he was only playing his fourth Test match. So there is not a lot of experience that could backfire. So I don't think there will be a drastic change in conditions to what we have seen in Gaul. I think the pitch in Gaul played beautifully. It had something for everyone till the last day. Batting was good. Batters were enjoying. Even on the last day, we saw that 95-run partnership between Dhananjay De Silva and Sonal Dinusha. There was bounce for the Pacers, then there was turn for the spinners. I think it was an ideal wicket for Test cricket, and I think similar sort of pitch will be here by the looks of it from where we are sitting at the moment. I think there will be runs. Obviously, toss will again be very crucial. Which team will win the toss? Whoever wins the toss will obviously bat first in these conditions and look to post a big total. So I think first 3 days there will be runs. It's typical subcontinent weekend. Last 2 days you will see the spinners coming into effect.
Shamik, the final thoughts before we close this live.
Shubhan, I think, it would be remiss of the Sri Lankan management and Sri Lankan setup not to prepare a raging turner. You don't prepare a raging turner that becomes underprepared. But see, they went for a good pitch in Gaul and it didn't work. Absolutely, it didn't work. If you lay out a good pitch, then 9 times out of 10, India will win because India are a better team. Yeah, in terms of batting, in terms of bowling, India are a better team. What happens if you are coming up with a lottery pitch? Then the margin reduces, and we have seen that India making that mistake in the home series against New Zealand. In that home series against New Zealand, India spinners were Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, and Kuldeep Yadav. Compared to that, Mitchell Santner and company, absolutely no comparison. Once again, against South Africa, the Eden Gardens pitch, Guwahati was a good pitch, but Eden Gardens, that square turner, that once again, that lottery pitch, which set the tempo of that series, because once India lost that series, they were under pressure, and that pressure they couldn't handle. But once again, Simon Harmer, if you tell me that Simon Harmer is a better bowler than Ravindra Jadeja or Kuldeep Yadav, I won't accept that. But what happened? Because that margin was reduced and they came to the fore. So for Sri Lanka to reduce that margin, they must. I think I'm a little surprised that they are still watering the pitch, but it's still 3 days for the test match to start. So I would like to see they are stopping watering the pitch from tomorrow onwards. Just go with a bone dry pitch, make it a lottery pitch, make it a rank turner, and then try your luck. That is your only chance.
Let's see whether Sri Lankan cricket team is any mood to try their luck by preparing a raging turner or not. Let us know. Let us know what you think about this Kuldeep Yadav debate. Saransh Jain, uh, do you want him to see him? Do you want him to make his debut here in the second test? We have reached Colombo, so we'll give you all
There's a
the
super
updates.
chat.
I can't go there and read the super chat. That's not possible for me.
We have Vaibhav.
It's unfair to blame Gill for Kuldeep's failure.
No, no one is blaming Gill. No one is blaming Gill, and that's what the entire debate is. Uh, where should Shubman Gill use Kuldeep Yadav? Does he give him the new ball to build confidence in an international test match where WTC points are up for grabs, or do you go to a different bowler completely and see whether an off spinner can break that domination, some sort of a domination by these Sri Lankan lefties in the middle order. That's a point we'll focus in the next coming days, like next couple of days, as regards to India practice, and we'll see what's happening here. But thank you so much for watching this 5 at 5. This was presented by IDFC First Bank, and we'll see you very soon. Tomorrow India trains in the morning, so whatever timing it is, we'll be there.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, India are practicing, so we'll be here to cover each and every bits of from their practice session, and stay tuned to F Sports for all coverage from all over the sporting world.